Today we're going to look at Magic the Gathering creatures that are almost unblockable. I know everyone's on unblockable, but you know what? We can have unblockable at home, like Dothy Horror. This is a 2-mana 2/1. Is it a beast? No, it's a Dothy Horror. Beast has been replaced by Dothy Horror. Now it's got Shadow. This creature can block or be blocked by only creatures with Shadow. Which, I'm just going to give you a heads up. There's not many shadow creatures in the game. But we also have the second ability attached to it. It can't be blocked by white creatures either. So it's effectively unblockable. Maybe only other black shadow creatures can block it. I don't even know if there's like red, blue, or green shadow in the game. So it's effectively unblockable. Next up, we'll go with Julian Legault with... Manta Ray. Sorry, no, not Manta Ray. No, this is not the Gorilla Berserkers. I like the Gorilla Berserkers idea. It's a 5-mana 8 Berserker. It's a 2/3 with Trample and Rampage of 2, but it cannot be blocked by fewer than 3 creatures. You don't have 3 creatures in play, you don't get to block at all. And let me tell you, it's really hard for me to... It's rough these days getting 3 creatures in play. They either board wipe, Cyclonic Rift, shoot all my creatures down. It's not a friendly environment for creatures in 2024. Unless they got some, like, death trigger there where it comes back. All right, next up, we got Evan with Herald of Hoof Beats. It is a 4-mana 3/3 with Horsemanship. This creature can't be blocked except by creatures with Horsemanship. How many Horsemanship cards are there in this game? Other knights you control also have Horsemanship. Now all of a sudden the knights are effectively unblockable. Unless your opponent also has a Herald of the Hoof Beats. Okay, next up we'll go with Chen with Mr. Dragon. Can turn on and off flying at will. That's not useful, right? If you have flying, it can be blocked by a flyer. Disqualified. Hard disqualified. Adam says, Annihilator, here we come, and that one Eldrazi that says it can be blocked by 3 or more creatures has Annihilator. That'd be great, but you have to mention the card. Benjamin Berkeley, Sky Terror. For a white and a red, we have a 2/2 Dinosaur? Oh yeah, I forgot. Like dinosaurs fly. That's right. You know, I think well, they're so heavy they got to be weighted down to the ground. What about the pterodactyls? And after all, apparently birds are like the only thing left of the dinosaur age. The flying dinosaurs. They are flying, but it's not just flying. It also has menace, which means it needs to be blocked by 2 or more creatures. So you can't have just 1 flyer. You need 2 flyers around here. It takes 2 to tango with the Sky Terror. Okay, we're going with Vac 17 with Stronghold Overseer. This is a 6-mana 5/5 demon with flying in shadow. This creature can block or be blocked by only creatures with shadow. Is this the only flying shadow creature of its kind? I mean, I guess you can give one of your shadow creatures flying, which would just be stupid. Like, why would you need to put, like, I don't know, some aura in your deck to give your shadow creature flying? And also for a black creatures with shadow get +1/+0 until end of turn. And creatures without shadow, they shrink. They get -1/-0 until end of turn. I like that. It's pretty decent card. 6 mana for a 5/5 beater in the air. You can't touch this. Absolutely can't touch this. Islarf, the archetype of imagination. We need to use our imagination around here. For 6 mana, we get a 3/2. Creatures you control have flying, and creatures your opponents control lose flying and can't have or gain flying. Love it. You had 1 chance to block me, as if you had flying, but now you don't have flying. It basically just says everything's unblockable. Oh no, the reach. That's funny. So the only thing the archetype of imagination is afraid of are those damn archers. Those elves and their arrows. What the hell is going on over here? So basically the creatures that have lost flying, they have to take up archery. Kagan with the super chat. Thanks so much for your super chat. Would Arctic Foxes work? I'll be the judge of it. It's cute. Don't get me wrong. It's a 2-mana 1/1. Okay, I don't want to read the ancient scripture here. Arctic foxes can't be blocked by creatures with power 2 or greater as long as defending player controls a snow land. I would say no. Can't be blocked by creatures with power 2 or greater. Like they need this, like they need a snow land, right? This is the opposite. It's actually incredibly unlikely that the opponent will have a snow land. And even if they do have a snow land, you can still block it with the smaller creatures. So we're gonna have to donate this one. We're gonna donate it to, let's give it to Sulfim, Ginger Brute. Oh, not bad, not bad. Ginger Brute, run, run, run as fast as you can. You can't catch me. Actually, this looks like they're scared. Okay, we have a 1-mana 1/1 with haste. But for 1 mana, it can't be blocked with this turn except by creatures with haste. I find that pretty fascinating because if the creature has haste, they've probably attacked. They want to get into the red zone. They've been just itching to get across that finish line. So very likely that there's actually nothing in your way. And so you can just give it, activate its ability and cross by everybody else. It squeezes through the legs and everything. Henrik with departed deckhand or dockhand. No, it's deckhand. Okay, 2-mana 2/2 spirit pirate. When the departed deckhand becomes the target of a spell, you have to sacrifice it. Now it can't be blocked except by spirits. And for 4 mana, another target creature you control can't be blocked this turn except by spirits. Oh, I thought for a second maybe it's also going to give the potentially make it a spirit too. Becomes a spirit that can't be blocked by spirits. Okay, next up. Let's go. Oh boy, with what is this? Graxiplon. Graxiplon, 6-mana 3/4 is unblockable unless defending player controls 3 or more creatures that share a creature type. That's amazing. So basically, most decks. You know what's funny? It's actually not going to be too unblockable. If the more competitive you get, the stronger this card gets. The less competitive you get, the weaker this card gets, because people love their kindred decks. They play their slivers, their merfolk, their elves, their goblins. It becomes more blockable the more casual Magic the Gathering gets. Okay, next super chat we got from Evan. We got the Dryad Sophisticate. Dryad Sophisticate is a 2-mana 2/1 non-basic land walk. Oh, I love this card. Basically, the only way it'd be blocked is if your opponent has just basic lands. What are the odds of that in 2024? Basically, would only be blocked by super budget decks. We're talking people who are on a mission to make a monocolor deck for $10. Something to that effect. Why do people keep talking about Giant Spider? Giant Spider is easily blockable. Easy Mercify with Canal Courier. Canal Courier is a 6-mana 3/5. It's a human rogue. When it enters the battlefield, you become the monarch. But whenever Canal Courier and another creature attack different players, Canal Courier can't be blocked this combat. Ooh, is that too unblockable? It cannot be blocked. Actually disqualified. I'll tell you why. Because it actually can't be blocked. So the theme of this show are cards that are like, it's a very unique card. I love learning about this thing, but it actually can't be blocked. It needs to, in theory, be blocked by something. This is actually too unblockable for the show, as stupid as that sounds. Next up, let's go with Steve Cooper's Sonorous Howlbonder. It's a 3-mana 2/2 human warrior with menace. Each creature you control with menace can't be blocked except by 3 or more creatures. Oh my god. That is basically unblockable. Well, actually, no, it's a bit weird. It's not that big of a deal. Like, you needed 2 creatures to block this thing. Oh no, but it says each creature you control. Okay, so this says menace. So this one, you need at least 2 creatures. What? Why have menace on here? It's actually, is it redundant? Each creature you control with menace can't be blocked. And it's only the menace creatures. Can't be blocked except by 3 or more creatures. Oh, I see. It's not redundant. They need menace on here so that it can't be blocked by... You need at least 3 creatures. And it does... Okay. That is so weird. But it works. Qualifies. Elixir with the super chat. Thanks so much. Beloved chaplain, I guess. Little chappy. One with the wolves, it seems. Wolves and monkey. 2 mana for a 1/1. Protection from creatures. Trying to think, can it be blocked at all? Protection from creatures. You need a creature. Actually, just gets disqualified. Is there any way to block this? No, because you need to be a creature to block it, right? Yeah. It's a weird disqualification. Yeah, the last card was Super Menace. Above and beyond Super Menace. Okay, next up. Remember, it cannot actually be unblocked. Remember, it needs to be almost. It's all about, the show is all about being almost unblockable. We've done unblockable shows before. Okay, Chen wants redemption with Phobian Phantasm. 3 mana, 3/3 with Flying in Fear. Strike the fear into all the other birds. Also has cumulative upkeep of a black. That's terrible. That makes it very close to stone useless to me. 3 mana for a 3/3 that's not actually unblockable. And I have to pay to keep it around. Terrible. Okay, Kagan. With Orchard Spirit. Is flying without having flying. Orchard Spirit. But is it hard to block? 3 mana for a 2/2. Orchard Spirit can't be blocked except by creatures with flying or reach. Easily blockable. So I'm gonna have to donate that super chat. Let's give Dante Voidwalker only has shadow. So basically it's got to be like 2 evasive abilities on one, or one of them is super amazing. Although to be honest, shadow by itself is pretty strong. Gareth with Roy Kithkin. The Kithkin's hard to block. Amru Kithkin. Amru Kithkin. Can't be blocked by creatures with power 3 or greater. Easily blocked. Another disqualification. Another card disqualified. Indiana Jonesy. Greven Ilvek. So actually, it's called Commander Greven Ilvek. This is a 6 mana 7/5. It's got fear, which means it can't be blocked except by artifact and/or black creatures. And when Commander Greven Ilvek enters the battlefield, sacrifice a creature. Not unblockable enough. And this one's too unblockable. See, we need a little bit in between. We need a good in-between card. Kano! Save the show, Kano. Evil Eye of Orms by Gore. So that non-eye creatures you control can't attack. And Evil Orms by Gore can't be blocked except walls. I guess the Evil Eye just puts too much fear into everybody else. The only thing that's not afraid are the damn walls. Next super chat, let's get from Kathan Griffith, Sarah's Emissary. I've done the super chat sound effect. Here, I'll give it this one. Sarah's Emissary. I think this one's too unblockable, right? Or maybe not. Okay, hold on. Choose a card type. You and creatures you control have protection from the chosen type. So if you choose creature, they're unblockable. Remember, we got almost. There's a lot of cards. I've looked. Many of them have already been mentioned already. Many of them have already mentioned. Do you know what, Kathan? If you find another card, let me know. I'm going to keep an eye out for you. But at the moment, we are going to donate this card to Damon, Audric Master Tactician. 0 blocks is an option. Hold on, Audric Master. Okay, 4 mana for a 3/4 first strike. Whenever Audric and at least 3 other creatures attack, you choose which creatures block this combat and how those creatures block. I guess I'll take it. We gotta move on. We have to apparently get some cards to qualify. The backside, Ristridon says the backside of Elbrus the Binding Blade. Okay, so the Binding Blade, I'm not going to read it. But we got the transform side. The Weathengar Unbound. It's a 13/13 demon. It's got flying. It's also got Intimidate. Also has Trample. So if you even find a way to block the damage. What is Intimidate again? A creature with Intimidate can't be blocked except by artifact creatures and or creatures that share color with it. So you not only do you need flying, you also need to match the intimidation power of the Weathengar Unbound. Let me tell you, whenever a player loses the game, put 13 +1/+1 counters on the Weathengar Unbound. It's going to unbound you. Next super chat from Emperor. Also, by technicality, every creature that doesn't have protection from instants can be blocked by either Curtain of Light or Dazzling Beauty. I don't know what that means. Let's look at Curtain of Light. What? The web server is dead. Don't you do that to me, Scryfall. Don't you do that. Don't scare me like that. Okay, this 2-mana instant. Target attacking unblocked creature becomes blocked. Oh, I see. Like anything that is technically unblockable. No, but that's not the point of this show. Yes, technically an unblocked creature can be blown up with a removal spell. That is possible. But it goes against the spirit. The spirit, I say. Okay, we're going to donate that super chat to Dylan. Blight Beetle. Would truly mess up that card if they killed my green opponent. Okay, we have a 2-mana 1/1 protection from green, and creatures your opponents control can't have +1/+1 counters on them. Well, that's protection from green, but it doesn't have protection from. You know, it'd be fine if it's protection from everything except, I don't know, except green. Okay, what else do we have here? I guess today is a hard show. Tromocratus. Tromocratus. What do we got for 7 mana? It better be good for 7 mana. It's an 8/8. It's got hexproof unless it's attacking or blocking. And Tromocratus can't be blocked unless all creatures defending player controls block it. Oh, so if any creature that a player controls doesn't block this turn, it can't be blocked. So hold on. Is it like if I attacked with one creature, then that means all my creatures can't block unless creature defending. I don't understand how this card works. I'm just curious. Is it unblockable if I had one creature that attacked and I left everything behind? Or can I attack with that one creature, but if I block, I have to block with everything? Is there a rule? Defending player may block with each creature they control. If that player can't, perhaps because one of those creatures is tapped or chooses not to. Oh, it can't be blocked. Fantastic suggestion. Absolute banger. Love this one. Progenitus can't be blocked. Disqualified. Remember, almost unblockable. Almost. So we need a good balance between really hard to block but not actually unblockable. Yeah, it's a not all or nothing in this situation. I like that. I like that a lot, actually. We got, who doesn't have a card yet? Toilet Duck doesn't have one. Hexmark Destroyer. Okay, we have 6 mana for a 6/6 Necron. Multi-threat Eliminator. Hexmark Destroyer can't be blocked except by 6 or more creatures? What?
No, God, please. No.
That's like impossible. Are you playing a token deck? No, Will, you are screwed to this thing. It looks like General Grievous from Star Wars. Also has Unearth for 6 mana. That's hard to block. Super hard to block. Little MX Doom, thanks so much for your super chat. We've got Emrakul, the Ion's Torn. Good luck. You're not wrong. You know what? I'll give this one to you. You're absolutely not wrong. So there's a lot of things working for this card, despite the fact that it couldn't be countered. But it's got flying. It's got protection from spells that are 1 or more colors, but it also has Annihilator 6. And I'll say this much. You might block Emrakul the first time. You might. But that will be the last time you probably block Emrakul. Am I right? I don't think I've ever blocked Emrakul twice in my life. We got like sack 6 permanents, chump block, so I lost 7. Next turn I got nothing left. So I can accept this one. Seb Stone. Oh, sorry, I meant Seb Stone. Siege Behemoth. Does it count? It's a 7 mana 7/4. It's got hexproof, and as long as it's attacking for each creature you control, you may have that creature assigned its combat damage as though it weren't blocked. It actually is 2 unblockable. So if it's blocked, it gets the damage is dealt anyway. That basically makes it completely unblockable. We need a slightly more blockable card. Nightmare Incarnation with a Phyrexian Phyrexian Obliterator. Sort of in the same vein of Emrakul. Trample. Whenever a Saurus deals damage to Phyrexian Obliterator, that Saurus's controller sacrifices that many permanents. So you might block one turn, but you're gonna start losing you're gonna start losing the ground beneath your feet, and all of a sudden you might not be blocking anymore at all. Emperor, have we done Vashta Narada? Narada yet? No, we have not done that one. Vashta. 3 mana for a 1/1. Sort of looks like a astronaut, but it's actually an alien horror. Indestructible with shadow and morbid at the beginning of each end step. If a creature died this turn, put a +1/+1 counter on Vashta Narada. Actually, I don't want to count it, and I'm going to tell you why. Because then we can just name all the shadow creatures. Need to be like Shadow and Flying, Shadow Menace, Shadow Fear, or something like that. Shadow plus something else. I'll level with you. Shadow's really hard to block. There's less than 40 cards in the game. Less than 40 cards in the game, but he needs to be a little bit more creative. Bell with Bouncing Beebles. So we'll donate to Bell. If you want to redeem yourself, you can always redeem yourself in chat. 3 mana for a 2/2. It's unblockable if defending player controls an artifact. Ooh. Ooh. What if we give it to them, chat? We give them the artifact, and then all of a sudden is actually unblockable. Trent Sims, Etch Champion, can be blocked by colorless, and that's about it. Yup. That was actually super relevant to me in Modern. This card was it was basically like True Name Nemesis in Modern for the longest time, because once you have 3 artifacts in play, it has protection from all colors, but not colorless cards. So what you can do is block with your lands. I mean, maybe not every land. Some lands turn into a color, but I played with Mutavault, which didn't have a color, which could block my opponent's Etch Champion. So now, no matter how big Etch Champion got through cranial plating or what's it called? Arcbound Ravager sacrifices, I was always able to block the Etch Champion with my Mutavault. We did Gingerbread already. Just Random Mage with Tolarian Entrancer. It's very situational, but I think it would count if the opponent only has strong cards. 2 mana for a 1/1. Whenever it is blocked by any creature, gain control of that creature at end of combat. This doesn't really qualify for the show, in my opinion. Lil MX Dune says, in the same vein, Emrakul Ulamog the as Ulamog, we have as Emrakul Ulamog the Defiler. Okay, let's judge this one. When you cast this spell, target opponent exiles half their library rounded up. Ward, sacrifice 2 permanents. When it enters the battlefield, it enters the battlefield with a number of +1/+1 counters on it equal to the greatest mana value among cards in exile. And Ulamog has Annihilator X, where X is the number of +1/+1 counters on it. You people are just throwing the super chats away today. Because remember, we need one more ability. Either there's got to be a super good ability. I mean, equal to the mana value among cards in exile. Okay, there is a word. Okay, do you know what? Maybe I'm going to take it back. We'll give this one. A lot of the decks that play Ulamog the Defiler will have a giant card in exile or many cards in exile. So it is actually incredibly likely that there's a lot of counters on your Ulamog. They attack with the Annihilator, and I've also been in many situations where Ulamog attacks me, and I just have to sack my board. I just have to sack it, and there's just nothing I can do about it. So in theory, it could be blocked, but probably not. I'll give you this one. Sappers in air. I know what that card is. But it's blockable. Sure, you don't want to block that thing, but it's quite blockable. Okay, Dr. Nemo, does Wolf Pack count? The Pack of Wolves. What the hell is this? 8 mana for a 7/6. You may have Wolf Pack assigned its combat damage as though it weren't blocked. But then it's two block. Then it's basically unblockable. It's got we need a little bit. Okay, we have Christopher B here. Dust Elemental, save us. I capitalize the almost in the title, you know? The almost is the key to this show. Okay, we have Dust Elemental, 4 mana, 6/6. It's got Flash. It's got Flying. It's got Fear. That's what I want to see around here. And when Dust Elemental comes into play, return 3 creatures you control to their owner's hand. Oh my god, that's terrible. Hopefully it's some creatures that you can ETB back onto the battlefield. Next, we've got Dangerous One with the Siege Behemoth. Siege Behemoth is a 7 mana, 7/4 hexproof. As long as it's attack. Oh, did we do this one already? I can't tell if we did this already or it got sniped. As long as Siege Behemoth is attacking for each creature, and I also disqualified it. Did I also do Lone Wolf? Okay, hold on. I'm gonna catch up on the super chats just in case people got sniped like crazy. So we definitely just did Lone Wolf. Oh no, we didn't do Lone. We did Pack Wolf. We didn't do a Lone Wolf though. All right, Jack, you want a Lone Wolf? You got it. Does it work? 3 mana for a 2/2. You may have Lone Wolf deal its combat damage to defending player as though if it weren't blocked. No. Okay, I have to donate this to a chat. Yeah, you did a card like it. I did do a card like it. Jack, if you have another card, you throw it in the comments section. I'm gonna look out for you. A Blackbird with Aka Wally, the Seething Tower. 3 mana for a 3/3. What is Descend for? As long as there are 4 or more permanent cards in your graveyard, the Seething Tower gets +2/+2 and has Trample. Descend 8. As long as there are 8 or more permanent cards in your graveyard, it gets an additional +2/+2 and can't be blocked by more than 1 creature. These aren't great suggestions. It can't be blocked by more than 1 creature. Oh, I see. It has to be blocked by... Oh, do you know what? Okay, maybe I'm going to give you this one. Now, technically, it can be blocked, but it's got to be blocked by a giant creature. I got to start passing some, like, failures. You know, I got to give Ds. Cs get degrees, and Ds will just pass along to the next... We did Flex and Obliterator, that's why. You were there, old boy. I swear you were there. Okay, we're going to take a look. Hopefully we take a look at more cards that are almost unblockable, but we got to thank today's sponsor, FusionGamingOnline.com, my favorite place to buy my Magic the Gathering cards. MTG accessories, I get my deck boxes and my sleeves. And don't forget the weekly deal of the week. It's always a new deal of the week. This time it's 20% off all binders and portfolios. Next week, it might be unblockable creatures, and you can get them all at FusionGamingOnline.com. Don't forget to use coupon code Nikachu, though, to get 5% off all your purchases using that coupon code. We're also going to thank Mana Traders, the premier place to rent Magic cards online. Play all paper formats in digital form with Magic Online. You can play Commander, one-on-one Commander, Pioneer Standard, Modern, Legacy, Vintage, because you're renting all the cards with Mana Traders. When you're done with the format, send them back, play another format. You can support the channel using my Mana Traders link in the description below, or save 40% off cash back. Get 40% cash back on your 3rd month subscription using coupon code Nikachu_4KA. And back to unblockable creatures. Hopefully unblockable hopefully almost unblockable creatures. Ikaya, please save us. Do it. Glissa, the Sunslayer. Okay, we got a 3 mana 3/3. It's got First Strike and Death Touch. When it deals combat damage to a player, choose 1. You draw a card and you lose 1 life. Destroy an enchantment and remove up to 3 counters from target permanent. This also gets disqualified. You know, I did my own research on the show. There's a lot of cards out there. Like, there's actually quite a few cards. What part of this you can't block? It's just the I can chump block this thing with a 1/1. Maybe that should be a test. Can you chump block it with a 1/1? All right, good. James, we did Phyrexian Obliterator. We did Phyrexian Obliterator. Did we do Phyrexian Obliterator? We did that one, right? Yeah, we did. We did it a long time ago. Sorry about that, James. Give me another card, James. I can't keep track of everyone's got their super chat blasted off. Okay, let's get Damon. Phobian Phantasm. 3 mana. Oh, we did this one. Shoot. Hashtag. Wind Spirit. 5 mana for a 3/2 flyer. Can't be blocked except by 2 or more creatures. So it needs to be 2 or more flyers. Interestingly enough, when they have these abilities attached, they usually don't give all that many more abilities attached to it as well. Okay, Elixir with Haktos, the Unscarred. Haktos. This is a 4 mana 6/1 human warrior. Attacks each combat if able. Now, if Haktos enters the battlefield, choose 2, 3, or 4 at random, and has protection from each converted mana cost other than the chosen number. I love it because we have roll the dice. If it rolls good, it's unblockable. But if it doesn't roll good, well, it's useless, and you'll most certainly block it immediately. Spectral Maniac, thanks so much for your super chat. Deluxe Dragster. Dragster. This is a 5 mana 4/3 vehicle. Can't be blocked except by vehicles, which is very unusual. Whenever Deluxe Dragster deals combat damage to a player, you may cast target instant or sorcery card from the player's graveyard without paying its mana cost. If that spell would be put into a graveyard, exile it instead. This is very I don't want to be so bold as to say that this is more unblockable than Shadow, but it might. Okay, little MX Doom trying to get in here with the Phyrexian Vindicator. Looking for some vindication. 4 mana for a 5/5 flyer. If damage would be dealt to Phyrexian Vindicator, prevent that damage. Now, when damage is prevented this way, Phyrexian Vindicator deals that much damage to any other target. So basically, it's essentially was unblockable, because you can just send the damage straight up to the face of the opponent. We're going to give this one to Dustin. Kappa Cannoneer. Does it actually get unblockable? 6 mana for a 4/4 improvise. Whenever another artifact enters the battlefield and you control, it gets +1/+1 and can't be blocked. But so it can't be blocked. It's unblockable. Very unblockable. I guess you need the artifact. No, I don't know. Maybe I'm a little impartial to the Kappa Cannoneer. Maybe I'll show some mercy to this thing. I guess it's possible you just don't draw an artifact to the turn and you're just SOL. Akaya with the Lava Brink Adventurer. What super chat sound effect do I give you here? Lava Brink. Is this I think I remember what this is. 3 mana for a 3/3. Why do I have the Espanol version? Aventurera de Bordelava. Okay, this is a 3 mana 3/3. Enters the battlefield. Choose odd or even. Maybe I'll flip a coin for it. Lava Brink Venturer has protection from each converted mana cost. Lava Brink Venturer has protection from each converted mana cost of the chosen value. I like this one. This is great. What's SOL? It's going to get me slightly demonetized. My demonetization will go down a rank. You can, there's something called Google. Uncle Google and Aunt Wikipedia will keep you up to date with what's going on here. James, you've got another card? You let me know. I'm going to keep an eye out for you, James. Look, I got 2 eyes looking out for a James, because we did Phyrexian Obliterator a long time ago. And little MX Doom. The backside of Rona, Herald of Invasion. Okay, we go to the backside. It is a 5/5 Phyrexian wizard with trample. Whenever a source deals damage to Rona Tolarian Obliterator, that source's controller exiles a card from their hand at random. If it's a land card, you may put it onto the battlefield under your control. Otherwise, you may cast it without paying its mana cost. What part of this? I don't get it. Is this the right card? This is the right card, right? What part of this is unblockable? Backside of Rona, Herald of Invasion. This is easily... There's nothing that makes this thing unblockable. It's completely blockable. What is going on today? What? This is like this is an all-time record of completely disqualifying everyone's disqualified today. Some people are coming up with some amazing cards, and other people are just showing me cards that just don't get blocked, like are easily blocked completely. Me and Bruley with Vashta. No, we did that one. Did we do Vashta? We did Vashta, right? Yeah, we did Vashta, and I also disqualified it. Okay, bring us back, Benjamin. Junji, the Midnight Sky. Junji, 5 mana for a 5/5. It's got flying and it's got menace. No, it's not only that, what it's packing. When it dies, you get to choose one. Each opponent discards 2 cards and loses 2 life, or put target non-dragon creature card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control, and you lose 2 life. That second ability is insane. So basically, you're either flying in the sky, smacking for damage. If it dies, you get a creature back anyhow. Okay, we got Chris Ellis. Can we pay to win both halves of Big Free Monster? That's... You paid for it. Can we pay to win both halves of BFM? Is it even going to show up? Is it hard to block? I've never actually read Big Free Monster. You must play both. Okay, blah, 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 blah. BFM can be blocked by only 3 or more creatures. It's honestly really pathetic. It's way more underwhelming than I thought it was going to be. For something so big, you would think it needs like 99 creatures to block it, but you know what? It passes. That's the most important part. And by the way, you can't suggest silver border cards unless you super chat. That's the only way you're getting it on here. Hey, Ricardo's like, I didn't even name a card yet. I'm disqualified. Troll of Kazakh Doom. You know what? Troll of Kazakh Doom. It's basically like menace plus. It's like 2 double menace. 6 mana for a 6/5. It can't be blocked except by 3 or more creatures. It's very hard. I've never blocked this thing in my life. Never once. Next up, we got Jack Solaris. Haunting. Okay, Jack is trying to get redemption here. Trying super hard. You're going to do it, Jack. I believe in you. The Haunting Figment. Like a figment of my imagination. Okay, Haunting Figment is a 2 mana 2/1 blue creature. It's got Vigilance. It's an illusion. It can't be blocked as long as you've cast an instant or sorcery spell this turn. Okay, well, I gotta be looser today, so we're gonna qualify it. So basically, we'll call this type of card based on something. It qualifies. Maybe some of my past cards would go from fails to passes. Dinglebag. We did Audric. We did do Audric. So we've run out of super chats. So now we go back to the freebie section. William with Azure Beastbinder. Need 2/1 or lower power creatures to be blocked. That's too easy though. Can't be blocked except by creatures with power 2 or greater. Easiest thing in the world. If it had flying, I'd give it to it. But I can't. I just can't. Gotta disqualify it. It needs 2 cards. Or sorry, either 2 abilities or super hard to block. Elgot with Taoist Mystic. This is a 3 mana 2/2. Can't be blocked by creatures. Can't be blocked by creatures with horsemanship. That's like the absolute. That's the opposite. This is like one of the most blockable creatures in the game. Can't be blocked. I would think it can't be blocked except by creatures with horsemanship. That is so weird. Can't be blocked by creatures. So basically, it can be blocked by everything except the horsemanship creatures. We have fallen off a cliff here, Coffee Crew. Tommy Siddons. Thalakos Deceiver. 4 mana for a 1/1 wizard, Shadow. Sacrifice Thalakos Deceiver. Gain control of target creature permanently. Use this ability only if Thalakos Deceiver is attacking and is unblocked. It's just a regular shadow creature, right? Gain control of target. Oh, it's interesting creature steal. It's not, but it's not interesting enough unfortunately, for the show. Because it's only shadow. I'll admit shadow is very difficult to block, though. David wants to get on the show. Me, pick me. Nikachu, pick me. Serpent of Yawning Depths. 6 mana for a 6/6. Okay, I like this. Krakens, Leviathans, octopuses, and serpents you control can't be blocked except by the Krakens, the Leviathans, the octopuses, and the serpents. When you're running a race with the fastest people in the or the fishiest in the sea, you can only be stopped by the same fishiest. Chen with serpent. You gotta be kidding me. That is so unlucky, Chen. I'm so sorry. You deserve another card. Everyone deserves another card. Remember, if you got sniped, send me like redemption. You gotta be like redemption this card. That is insanely very, very insanely unlucky. Okay, Substone wants the redemption too. Goth Tree Folk. Well, the sniping was it was really bad timing. Okay, 5 mana for a 2/6. For each basic land type among lands you control, Goth Tree Folk has Landwalk of that type. I like it! I like it! You have enough land? If you have all the lands, you could be completely unblockable. Or, what if your opponent doesn't have any lands? You ever think about that? You may have all basic land types. But what if I blow up and sacrifice all my lands? I'll teach you, Goth Tree Folk. I like this card a lot. Perfect card for the show. Okay, Lil MX Doom. The head of Sneak? I don't know what this card is. Sneak Dispatcher? Or is it called? Oh, no. Oh, you said Phoebe, head of Sneak. Okay, hold on. Phoebe, head of Sneak. 3 mana for a 2/3. Can't be blocked by creatures with flavor text. That's a lot of creatures, though. Phoebe permanently steals target creature's text box. So you lose all the rules. You lose everything. What a bizarre card. KF2 with the 2-headed Hellkite. Checks all the boxes. Thank God. 2-headed Hellkite. Okay, we got Wooburg and 1 generic for a 5/5 dragon. It's got flying, it's got menace, and it has haste. And whenever it attacks, it draws 2 cards. So it's cashing in at the same time. Finally, this definitely qualifies. Take notes, everybody. It's got flying, which is a form of evasion, but it also has menace, which makes it even harder to block. Okay, Hexenort is like, I'm late. You're never late, Hexenort. You're always on time. Guardian of the Guild Pact. This is a 4 mana 2/3. Protection from monocolor. Honestly, too blockable. Michael's like, this is a hard show. It's not supposed to be. Like, it's actually a lot easier than you would think. Dreadful Sliver. Just take 2, like, evasive abilities. Is it Dreadful Sliver? Something dreads. Maybe it's Dread Sliver? I don't know what this card is. Dreadful something? How many dreadful cards are there? Is there a sliver? No. Okay, I don't know what this card is. Sorry about that. Chen wants redemption with shifting sliver. 4 mana 2/2. Slivers can't be blocked except by slivers. Only of their only kind. So it's either got to be something super hard to block, or you just pair it up with 2 abilities that are difficult to block. We did Evil Eye. Okay, Easy Mercify wants redemption. Nova Blast Worm. Basically can only be blocked by Flash or Indestructible. Really? Whenever Nova Blast Worm attacks, destroy all the creatures. Sorry, all other creatures. Of course, it's going to stick around. Maverick with Midnight Path Lighter. We have a 4-mana 2/3 human wizard. Creatures you control can't be blocked except by legendary creatures. And whenever one or more creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, venture into the dungeon. Why do we have to add that at the end? Very bizarre. I didn't know. What do I call this? Legend Walk or something? No, not Legend Walk. Non-Legend Walk, basically. In some weird way. Julio, no card yet. With how about Akroma? Angel of Wrath. So sorry to everyone who super chatted and got disqualified today. Okay, this is an 8-mana 6/6. It's got flying, first strike, vigilance, trample, haste, and protection from black and red. So screw the black and red players, even if they have flying. Basically, screw the dragon players. Moment of peace for all the dragon players. All that lost to Akroma, Angel of Wrath. Max with Graxplon. Oh, we did this one. It was a great card. Is Voice of All going to work? Voice of All from Michael Ing. Flying, as Voice of All enters the battlefield, choose a color. Voice of All has protection from the chosen color. Okay, do you know what? I'll allow it. It's probably easy to block still, but I mean, if your opponent has like 5 green creatures, 1 blue, you're probably going to name green. What else do we have here? James! Redeem yourself, James. Where are you here? Oh, James, going for redemption! With, Voracious Fellbeast. Okay, it's redemption time. It's 6 mana for a 4/4 flying. When it enters the battlefield, each opponent sacrifices a creature. Create a food token for each creature sacrificed this way. Sorry, there's no redemption here. It literally just has flying, right? It needs one other ability to make it difficult to block. Kathan with Angelic Arbiter. I can tell some people, they get it. Some people not quite get it yet. 7 mana for a 5/6 flyer. Each opponent who casts a spell this turn can't attack with creatures? Each opponent who attacked with a creature this turn can't cast spells. Each opponent who casts a spell this turn can't attack with creatures, but they could attack first anyway. Anyway, also, only has flying. Turn can't cast spells, yeah. They can easily, if one flying creature can block it easily. The Death of a Bachelor. Have we done Fumiko, the Low Blood? We did Ginger Brute. We didn't do Fumiko though. 4 mana for a 3/2. Has Bushido X, where X is the number of attacking creatures. So whenever it becomes blocked, it gets +X/+X until end of turn. And creatures your opponents control attack each combat if able. Oh, I love this one. You must attack. Quite the taunter she is. You must attack. And when you attack, you can't block back. Let's take a look at Phantom Blindsight's Soltari Priest. Is that one can't be blocked? Protection from red and has shadow. It's not even so. Even the red. Are there, just out of curiosity, are there any red shadow creatures? Is there a single one? Okay, hold on. Text shadow, and it needs to be red. Defender. Well, it can. Oh, okay. It can't be blocked by the Wall of Diffusion. Can block creatures with shadow. There we go. Soltari Priest there. You never know when someone's going to play with a Wall of Diffusion. You never know. Okay, we got Bell with the super chat. Thanks so much for your super chat, Bell. Death Cult Rogue. Came with 2 just in case. Death Cult Rogue. This can't be blocked except by rogues. And it's a rogue itself. Only knows it's basically, you know, it's funny. It can't be blocked except by rogues. It can be blocked by True Name Nemesis, another card that also can almost never be blocked by basically anything. For 3 mana, also can be played by blue or black for the rogue players out there. Works great with ninjas. Yeah, very specific. There was a rogue metagame, I'm sure. I'm actually not sure. Less than. Serpent of the Yawning Depth. Did we do this one? We did this one. Great card. Polly with Midnight Path Lighter. Midnight Path Lighter? We did this one as well. We're running out of cards now. A bunch of people are coming in at the end. You haven't seen the full show. Jack was gonna say Torrent Elemental, but unless defending player can untap a creature, it's basically unblockable. Torrent Elemental. How does this card work? 5 mana for a 3/5 flyer. Attacks, tap all creature defending player controls. No, I like this card. This is a absolute supreme banger. Because you attack, you block, tap all your opponent's creatures. But you know what? People can still flash in creatures and technically block this. So it 100% counts. I like this card. It's a perfect card for the show, really. What's with this Dust? Did we do Dust Elemental? I think I saw it many times in chat. No, yeah, we did Dust Elemental. Chris, second card, make your opponent's creatures almost unblockable with Yidwen Efreet. That's what the show is all about. Almost unblockable. It's a 3-mana 3/6. Whenever you're attacked, we flip a coin. If you lose, Yidwen Efreet can't block this turn. When you're attacked, but this is the opposite. It's when you're attacked. Whenever you're doing blocks, flip a coin. If you lose a flip, remove it from combat. Creatures it blocked. This is the opposite of the show. Jack, you completely redeemed yourself. I'm incredibly proud of you. Dinglebag. Dingle's like, I want to get on this show here. I got it. I got this. With Commander Isha format. Oh no, I disqualified this thing. Because if it is protection from creatures, then it literally is protection from it is literally unblockable. Remember, it needs to be really hard to block, but technically blockable. Or very situationally blockable. Use this with Heartfire Hero. It gets its damage through one way or another, but it can be blocked. I hear what you're saying, but it can still be blocked. We want it to completely bypass everyone. Dr. Nemo with Shifting Ceratops. Okay, it's a 4-mana 5/4. Protection from blue. Can't be countered. And for a green, it gains your choice of reach, trample, haste until end of turn. This also can, like, pretty easily be blocked. If it's, like, protection from blue and flying, just needs to be a little bit more. A little bit more here. Okay, we're going to start giving to some people who want their second card. Islarf with Stormtide Leviathan. It's got Island Walk, but here's the deal. All lands are islands in addition to their other types. And creatures without flying or Island Walk can't attack. So it would be quite a surprise if you blew up all your lands in response to Stormtide Leviathan attacking. This definitely does count. It's unblockable until you blow up or sack all your lands to block it. It can happen, I'm telling you. Rough 1/1. Sappers and air count? No. You can block the Sappers and air. And then you get 3 cards. Easy Mercify. The Noggle Bandit. Can't be blocked except by creatures with Defender. Wow! So weird. 3-mana 2/2. It can't be blocked except by creatures with Defender. But why? What, it can't get around a damn wall? That's so strange. The Big Squig with Graxaplon. 6. Oh, we did this one. Damn, it's a great card. Great card, but we've done it already. We've done this one like 4 times. I've looked up the same card a million times. Bryce, Core Castigator. 2 mana for a 3/1. Can't be blocked except by Eldrazi Scions. Got an Eldrazi Scion over there. This basically is unblockable. It's a race. What is more unblockable? The core Castigator, a shadow creature, or Stormtide Leviathan? Blacklands Geo. Sun Quan, Lord of Wu for the horsemanship. How many? Yeah, creatures you control have horsemanship. They can't be blocked except by creatures with horsemanship. How many horsemanship creatures are there? 3? 6 mana, 4/4. Did I disqualify all your cards so far, Polypropylene? Okay, we have Wharf, Infiltrator. Woof. 2 mana for a 1/1. It's got Skulk. Creature can't be blocked except by creatures with greater power. When it deals combat damage to a player, you may draw a card. If you do, discard a card. Whenever you discard a creature card, you may pay 2. Too easily blockable. And another one. Jay Thompson. Iridescent. Did we do Iridescent Angel? Iridescent Angel. No, we didn't do this one. Oh, but flying protection from all colors, but not the wow. Actually, I love this one. This is a fantastic suggestion. But doesn't have protection from Emrakul. Emrakul, no one can stop me, says the Iridescent Angel. Well, I know someone who can. Oh, I'm not counting stuff like rocks because you deal the damage anyway, so it's effectively unblockable. Okay, I don't know if Ruff got their card disqualified, so we'll give Ruff another shot. Starscream Seeker Leader. Starscream. Sorry, Seeker Leader? Where is this card? Oh, here we go. 4 mana for a 2/3. More than meets the eye. Flying. Whenever you draw a card, if you're the monarch, target opponent loses 2 life. Whenever one or more creatures deals combat damage to you, convert it. There we go. There we go. We got the Flying Menace and the Haste. And it's a living metal, by the way. Deals combat damage to a player. If there is no monarch, that player becomes the monarch. And whenever you become the monarch, convert your Starscream. Ooh, I like this one. Julio, Tempest Caller. Enters the battlefield. Temple creatures target opponent controls. Can be blocked by tap. To be honest, you know, to be fair, Tempest Caller itself is not going to be unblockable because it doesn't have haste or anything like that. I didn't think about that, but I mean, I'll count this card. Your whole board will be blocked below by what's it called? Flash creatures or creatures that can untap itself. The untap creatures. You're just playing right into their hands. Nikachu, can you pronounce Herald? That's how I pronounce it. If it's wrong, well, I'm going to put that on the very long list of cards I pronounce wrong around here. We got Pyron, Jasmine, Boreal of the Seven. Support and giving other creatures unblockable. Huh? Even if it can't be blocked itself? This card has no ability. Oh, this one. Okay. I got a little confused there. 3 mana for a 2/4. Tap to add 2 mana. Creatures you control with no abilities can't be blocked by creatures with abilities. Interesting. So basically, you can make your vanilla creatures unblockable to any other creature, right? Is it activated or any ability? Creatures you control with no abilities can't be blocked by creatures with abilities, which is basically going to be everything. Who the hell plays with vanilla creatures in 2024? Sorry, 2025. Nothing's changed since 2024. Jesus with Haunting Figment. I feel like this is like the 5th card I've looked up for you. As long as you cast an instant or sorcery spell this turn. Good enough! Also, I think we've done that one, to be honest. Just pronounce it like hair old. Okay, thank you very much, Nightmare Incarnation. I'll look less stupid. think, well, okay, hold on. Thorn Elemental. I can't remember. Doesn't it deal damage even if it's blocked? Yeah, it signs combat damage as if it were blocked. I'm not counting these. So that basically makes it like just strictly unblockable. Come on. I want people to get on this show. There's a million cards. I looked them up. I know they exist. I'm sure the people with like looking for 2 cards. I'm sure Toilet Duck's got this one. Anyway, EpicNet, we did Gingerbread already. Toilet Duck with the Balrog. Durin's Bane. 7 mana for a 7/5. Costs 1 less to cast for each permanent sacrifice this turn. Anyway, it's got haste. Can't be blocked except by legendary creatures. That's quite the... Okay, and then when it dies, destroy target artifact or creature an opponent controls. There we go, Paulie. The Pathraiser of Ulamog. 11 mana for a 9/9. It's got Annihilator 3. So not only am I making you sack your damn permanents, it can't be blocked except by 3 or more creatures. And you might be able to do it once, but you're not going to be able to do it the second time. You'll have no stuff left. Trent is like, I love this card, and I think Thorn Elemental Effect should count since enemy creatures still deal damage to it. But it was well, it's either it actually got blocked or it's basically unblockable because it deals all the damage. Bell with Flow of Maggots. Three mana for a 2/2. Cannot be blocked by non-wall creatures, but it has cumulative upkeep of 1. There's a lot of these cards like cannot be blocked except by defending creatures. Phantom, Dauntless Voidwalker is 2 blockable as just a shadow creature. Needs a little bit more than that. It can be blocked by another Dauntless Voidwalker. Giga Wicket, probably an edge case, but a Chroma Angel of Wrath. I think that we did that one. Look again. I think we did that. A Chroma Angel of Wrath. Oh yeah, we did that one. No, oh no, maybe we didn't do that one. No, we did that one. Yeah, flying. Or maybe we didn't do that one. Did we do this one? Was it another card that we looked at? I don't remember. There was another flying pro black, pro red card, but I think we did that one. Mr. Very Smart. People are coming out with the super chat. Mr. Very Smart with Magna Goth Tree Folk. We did that one. That's a great one though. That was a great one. Maybe my favorite card of the show. Elandrin, 8.5 tails, 8 8.5 tails. If you have enough mana. Should I count this? 2 mana for a 2/2. For 2 mana, target permanent you control gains protection from white until end of turn. Pay 1, target spell or permanent becomes white until end of turn. I'll count this one. Sure. That one's fine. If you have enough mana, you can make it unblockable. It is unrealistic, though. Also, your opponent could just give protection to their creature. Okay, let's take a look at some of these super chats. Starting with Giga Wicket. Probably an edge case. Oh, no, I did that one. Oh, did you do that one? Shoot. Okay, Giga Wicket, you gotta give redemption. I'll look out for you in chat. Evan, one for the poop tier. Giant Slug. Is it that bad? 2 mana for a 1/1. Pay 5. During your next upkeep, choose a basic Landwalk ability. It gains Landwalk of that ability. It gains Landwalk. Gains that Landwalk ability until end of turn. Interesting. Very silly. During your next one. At the beginning of your next upkeep. It's like you can't even get it now. You have to wait till next turn. Chen with Livonia Salone. How many Salone cards are there here? 6 mana for a 4/4. First strike, legendary Landwalk? What is that? This creature can't be blocked as long as defending player controls a legendary land. Which honestly may not even be that hard these days. Hold on, legendary Landwalk. No, wait. Isn't this card 2 blockable? Because if your opponent has... How many legendary lands are there in this game? Is Maze of Ith legendary by any chance? Maze of Ith. No, it's not legendary. Okay, whatever. This honestly is not... This is very blockable. Because your opponents are probably not always going to have a legendary land in play, but this is such a cool card that I never heard of that I just want... I just want it to pass. Lord Trevor here. I hope you're enjoying the new year. Oh, I'm having a blast. My pick, I'm at work enjoying my coffee. Sorry, Veldrain of Sengir is your pick. Veldrain. Why is that? Okay, it is 3 mana. Get Forest Walk and -3/-3 until end of turn. It's 3 and gains Forest Walk until end of turn. Whatevers. Whatever. Okay, we'll all, I gotta count things in the end. I'm gonna be really, really lenient. Dr. Nemo, Rakdos the Defiler. Oh, I want that. I want the super chat. Rakdos the... 6 mana for a 7/6 flying and trample. I have to say, if you have a flying creature, you probably don't have a whole lot of toughness. When it attacks, sack half the non-demon permanents you control rounded up. When it deals combat damage to a player, that player sacrifices half the non-demon permanents they control rounded up. Okay, so even if you do block, you have to soak up all the damage because the trample will force you to sacrifice whatever you have left. And the next turn, this thing will be unblockable. Trip Fontaine. Oh, Void Winnower. I forgot about this card. 9 mana for an 11/9. Your opponents can't cast spells with even converted mana costs. Your opponents also can't block with creatures with even converted mana costs. Basically, like 50% of the cards, they're out of the game. No blocking around here. What's interesting, actually, it affects everybody. So, like, all creatures are unblockable because of this damn thing. Okay, Giga Wicket, did you have, like, a replacement? Okay, I'm gonna look up Giga Wicket. Giga Power. No, I don't see any redemption suggestion here. Okay, Dinglebag wants redemption. Labyrinth Raptor. Did anyone else need redemption? I can't remember. Labyrinth Raptor. 2 mana for a 2/2 with Menace. Whenever a creature you control with Menace becomes blocked, defending player sacrifices a creature blocking it. Sacrifice. Oh, so... Oh, this is very interesting. So it gets blocked? Oh, and then also for 2 mana, creatures you control with Menace get +1/+1 until end of turn. That's very interesting. So the more you attack, the more your opponent's creatures... So you have to block with 2 creatures, and also one of them has to get sacrificed, and soon they won't have creatures left to block with in the future. I like that one. We did Stormtime with Leviathan. Giga Wicket. The only one I can think of is Teysa. How about Teysa? Envoy Ghost. She's blockable, but not in a useful way. Let's take a look. Vigilance, protection from creatures. Is she blockable? Whenever a creature deals combat damage to you, destroy that creature. Create a 1/1 white and black spirit creature token with flying. Protection from creatures. She's unblockable. Yeah, she gets disqualified. There's no way to block her, right? She's blockable, but I don't think... She is not blockable, period. The only thing that is allowed to block in this game are creatures. Last I knew. Well, mostly creatures, I would say. Okay, Mr. Very Smart. The sneaky homunculus. Can't be blocked by creatures with power 2 or greater. There's a lot. There's just too many creatures that can block it. Birds of Paradise can block it. Julia was like, my last one. The Elven Riders. I thought protection from creatures made them able to block but deal no damage. Nope. If it has protection from creatures, they may not block. Elven Riders. So the more you learn every day. 5 mana for a 3/3. Elven Riders can't be blocked except by walls and or creatures with flying. So the only things that can be blocked with are walls and... It's so funny. Why... I don't understand the flavor of being able to attack through anything except a damn wall. Like, it's not a problem for a lot of other unblockable cards. Steve Cooper. Amzu. Swarm's Hunger. We got a flying menacing creature for 5 mana. It's an insect shaman. 3/3. Other insects you control also have menace. So basically the whole board is about to become unblockable. And whenever one or more cards leave your graveyard, you may create a 1/1 black and green insect creature token. Then put a number of +1/+1 counters on it equal to the greatest mana value among those cards. Do this only once each turn. Yeah, wall too big, even for unblockable creatures. What's the backside of Biolume Egg? It's kind of blockable because when are you ever going to do that more than maybe once? Let's see. What's on the backside of this thing? Biolume Serpent, a 4/4. Sacrifice 2 islands. Biolume Serpent can't be blocked this turn. Actually is just unblockable. When would you do it? When you're attacking for lethal. When you want to. Castigator does not count. Castigator. You want to disqualify something way after the fact? Can't be blocked by Eldrazi. Wait, I don't get it. Castigator does not count. Reread. Current Castigator can't be blocked by Eldrazi Scions. Oh! It is a super blockable card. The only thing that can't block it is Eldrazi Scions. I just assumed that this is like, it cannot be blocked by anything except the Eldrazi Scions. I done screwed up. We got time for like 1 or 2 more. You literally have no 2 cards, or like no card at all. Dryad, Sophisticate. I think we did this one, the non-basic land walk. I think we did this one. Great card though. Great card. Definitely counts. Okay, let's go with Pyron's Tromocratus. We did this one too. That one also, I believe that one also works. Yannick B, Screaming Nemesis. A lot of you needed to show up at the beginning of the show. Okay, it's got haste. Whenever it's dealt damage, it deals that much damage to any other target. Oh, easily blockable. It was a hard, you know what? It was a hard show, but it was still a great show. I think people had really creative, awesome ideas for this show. I really liked it anyway. We just had to just drive through all the disqualified cards. That's all. And I hope you enjoyed it too. As usual, we do this show 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. Be there or be square. Thanks to everyone who supports the show. If you're a patron on Patreon, a member on YouTube, or you super chat to be part of the show, or even super chat so other people are part of the show. Especially when your super chats get disqualified. And of course, thanks to everyone who's part of this show. People like Old Boy Seb. We got Kano, Mr. Very Smart, Dot 11, Jess, Toilet Duck, Evan Benjamin, The Big Squig, EC Mercify, Steve Cooper, Old Boy Nightmare Incarnation, Trip Bell, Christopher B, Dr. Nemo, Kano, Spectral Maniac. Because the show is nothing without all of you. So keep bringing them coffees, my coffee crew, and we're going to keep brewing up the magic. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you at the next cup.